Jai Meher Baba.
Oh, it's time. Jai Meher Baba. We'll start the meeting with a small prayer. Beloved God, help us all to love you more and more, and more and more, and still yet more, till we become worthy of union with you. And help us all to hold fast to Baba's Daman until the very end. Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai. Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai. Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai. At the onset, I'd like to invite our one and only Lord Meher Baba to come and please join us during this entire meeting. Not only just join us, but take over the entire proceedings and let everything happen as per your will. Beloved Baba, kindly take over now. Folks, as you can see, I am at MPR's room. This is the room and the bed and with the mosquito curtains in the background, etc., etc. Fortunate enough to be there. Today's meeting is all about sharing things, and we have with us Dr. Jimmy Modi, who will start off with his experiences about going to Mehrabad. And then, of course, Jimmy Khan will take over and talk about his things about the previous Amartithis. So, Dr. Modi, all yours, sir.
Thank you, Sam. Most memorable to me, most astounding for me, most amazing for me was my very first trip to Mehrabad. I could talk to you about my experiences of Amartithi, but my very first trip to Mehrabad far outshines any other experience I've ever had of Meher Baba. Prior to ever hearing about Meher Baba, I was very skeptical and cynical about any Baba and every Baba. They all seemed to be scamsters, and I was highly cynical of them all. And I was a close friend with a certain pediatric doctor who was beginning to go to Meher Baba at that time, and I'd been to Mehrabad several times. And she began talking to me about him. So I asked her, okay, you talk so much about Meher Baba, but what does he stand for? What does he teach? What does he preach? And she could never give me a straight answer for that. As a consequence of which, my curiosity grew more and more piqued. Then I asked her that I would like to speak to Nan Umriga and if possible, go and meet her. So she said, sure. She arranged it there and then. And the next morning, I had arranged to visit Nan Umriga in her room at CCI. And Nan Umriga warned me very clearly I must be there by 9 o'clock sharp, because that's when she starts her automatic writing. So I was very enthusiastic to see I must give this a chance. So I was there 5 minutes before 9. And I sat on the sofa next to Nan. She was on my left. In front of us, there was a coffee table. And on the coffee table, there was a diva, some pictures of her son, Kal Umrika, and some pictures of Meher Baba. She opened an exercise book with lines in it and closed her eyes, asked me to go blank, close my eyes, and think of anyone I wanted to correspond with who had passed to the other side. So I asked, in my mind only, I asked to speak to my brother, 5 years younger than me, who was killed in a car accident some years ago. Soon enough, she started writing. And my brother came through. It was not very convincing for me because he really had nothing to say to convince me other than to say, this nice gentleman, Meher Baba said, is a nice gentleman. And my brother said, "Hey, Jimmy, don't speak the words that we used to speak on the earth plane because where I am now, I can't do that gala gali kind of language." So I found that interesting, but other than that, there was nothing to convince me that it was really true. Then suddenly Nan Umriga says to me, Jimmy, I'm getting a very strong message that I must pass this pen and this paper to you. So she passes it on to me, puts it in front of me. But I said, but Nan, I barely know how to go blank in my mind or meditate, and you are now asking me to do automatic writing. I won't be able to do it. She said, Jimmy, just stretch your hand out, hold the pen like this, not from here, but from the top, and put it on the line, close your eyes and go blank. I said, okay, did that. 1 minute passed, 2 minutes passed, few minutes passed. And yes, I could feel my hand shaking like anyone would if you stuck your hand out for a long time. Then my curiosity got too much for me and I said, can I open my eyes now? She says, yes, open your eyes. I opened my eyes and looked at the book, paper. And the top 4 lines were all scribbles from left to right, neat line of scribbles. But man, there's nothing here. Obviously, this is not for me. And I passed the book and the pen back to her. She looked at it and she said, Jimmy, how is it that you can't see what you have written? I said, but I have not written anything. I just saw. There's nothing written there. So she passed the book back to me. And lo and behold, on the very first line, I saw to my amazement, absolute amazement, that I had written the words Meher Baba. I said, my God, this is something very freaky. There must be therefore some truth to this. So I said, went back and told my friend, the doctor, all about this, and that I wanted to go to Mehrabad with her. So she planned the trip. She knew how to do everything. She got the tickets, told me to meet her at a certain time in the morning at BT station, platform number so-and-so. So I did that. I was early, maha enthusiastic me. I'd gone inside. My friend was not yet there. I'd gone inside to see where my seat was, saw my name on the list, and then stood outside waiting for my friend. The train started moving, and there was no friend. I said, what is this? My very first trip to Mehrabad. How can it be? So I was wondering now, I was in a calamity. What should I do? Should I get onto the train and dump my friend, or should I wait on the platform for my friend who had the tickets? So I decided to wait. And as the train left the platform, my friend walks onto the platform. Now I'm really pissed off and angry, and I shout at her, is this the time to arrive after the train has left? She said, no, there's some mistake. So there's a new train that is going to Pune. We'll go to Pune, and Nan is meeting us in Pune with a van where she will take us to Mehrabad. I said, okay. So we went running to the refund clerk. She went up to him and slammed her tickets down on his table and said, is this पूरा दुनिया में ट्रेन टाइम पर जाता है, जापान में टाइम पर जाता है, जर्मनी में टाइम, सिर्फ बम्बई में 15 मिनट जल्दी निकलता है. She's firing him. And the poor fellow looked very confused and he asked for the tickets. She gave him the tickets. So, well, madam, ये ticket पर तुमने ठीक से लिखा है कि तुमने दादर से ticket लिया है, BT से नहीं. That's why we had come at the wrong time and missed the train. So anyway, we got onto this new train, landed an hour late. Those days, there was no mobile phones. Landed an hour late in Mehrabad and was in time to join the group of ladies. There were only ladies in that van going to Mehrabad. I was the only guy. So I got in. We started off from Mehrabad. All the ladies are going yakking away, exchanging stories about messages they got through cow from Meher Baba. Not only was I the only guy, I was the only one over there who did not get any message from Meher Baba. So now I was doubly pissed and sore with all of them. I didn't want to have anything to do with them. I stuck my head out the window and completely ignored them. And like that, I passed my time until we reached Mehrabad. At Mehrabad, we all got off, went into the little office where there was that American lady, I think her name was Sue. They all were sitting in front, money, I my my and etc. And I didn't know anything, so I sat at the back. Soon there was everybody, I was the only one left in the room. And Sue looked at me and said, oh, and looked at the register, oh, you must be Jimmy Modi. I said, yes. And those days in that MPR, the keys were stuck on hooks on the wall behind you. There's only one key there. She took it out. She said, oh, you lucky guy. You've got a single room. I said, oh, okay, thank you. So I went to my room. It was a very nice room, very clean. First time I'm going to any room in any ashram. I lie on the metallic bed and put my hand under the pillow and I feel something. Hey, what's this? Something is under my pillow. So I pull it out and I look at it. And it was a beautiful colored picture of Meher Baba with the words, real happiness lies in making others happy. So I thought to myself, these foreigners really, they think of everything, how wonderful they are. So I thought I should go back to the office and thank her. So I went back to the office. He said, no, we don't do this. We don't put pictures under people's pillows. This is just Meher Baba's way of welcoming you to Mehrabad, Jimmy. This is just the way he is. I said, wow, fantastic. So then time passed and we were getting ready for the evening aarti. The sun was setting and all of them, the ladies, climbed up that path to the samadhi. In those days, the path was very much more rough than it is today. On the way, they asked, what are you going to ask Baba for? Ask him for winning at the stock market or good health or something. You must ask him for something. I don't know what to ask him for. So I came to the stop with the evening aarti. And my time came to put my head on Baba's tombstone. I still had no idea what to ask him, but I felt I must ask him for something. So I put my head on his tombstone. And I simply said, Baba, the only thing I really, really want from you is to be your instrument on earth. That's all. Thank you and love you. With that, I got up. By that time, the sun was really setting. There was a red glow in the sky, and the acacia trees were forming very strange shadows. And I started walking down the path. There was a young girl who was in the group who had lost her father a year ago. She was a 15-year-old teenage girl. Her name was Pooja. Her mother was also there, but her mother had joined the rest of the group. Pooja stayed back to keep me company as I walked down the path. I remember Pooja walked on my left side. I walked down carefully down the path, and I turned to look at Pooja, and she turned to look at me, and our eyes met. And the instant that my eyes met with hers, I completely lost 101% consciousness. I didn't fall. I don't know where I went. I don't know whether I was standing or falling. I just didn't exist. It was such a unique type of loss of consciousness. I only realized about all this when I came back into my body, lower down the path. And I realized I'd been perfectly walking down the path, and that Pooja was walking alongside me. So I turned and asked her, because I wanted to make sure that this really happened. I asked Pooja, did you notice anything happening to me right now? She turned, looked at me with the most beautiful, innocent expression that a 15-year-old girl can make. And she said to me, yes, my father was with me just now. Meher Baba reunited with me with my father, who had passed away a year ago. That completely took my breath away. And I realized that there was something very unique about this place, about Meher Baba, and that I would not ever, ever be able to try to understand it. that I felt a sudden great sense of love infused in me for the 15-year-old girl, for Meher Baba, for everything around me, for the trees, for everything I saw. And with that, I continued for the rest of my stay in Mehrabad. So for Mehrabad, for me, is a very deep, very, very deep experience, very exciting experience. Being reunited with a kind of love energy that I can only try to explain, but I'm not really able to explain. So thank you very much. Love you all. Jai Mehrabad.
Thank you, Jimmy, for this lovely talk of yours. May I ask people if they have any questions to ask Dr. Modi? Go ahead and
Just call me Jimmy.
do so. No, because there are two Jimmys, sir.
He's Mr. He's Khan Sahib.
Okay. Any questions?
Yes, Sama, I can ask a question.
Please do.
So, Jimmy, as you were returning from Mehrabad, your first ferry trip, what did you carry with you on your return to Mumbai?
I carried with me a sudden, very deep realization and connection with Meher Baba. A connection I can't express in words to anyone. My earlier skepticism and cynicism about Babas and about occult and about all these things completely disappeared. And I suddenly felt a very deep connection with Meher Baba. I can't explain how deep, but it was a very, very deep connection with Meher Baba. And as I was walking down the hill and I saw the acacia trees shadowed in front of the red sunset, I suddenly felt that I was neither here nor there, but I was everywhere. I was the tree, I was the stone, I was everything, and all the people there. I was in a complete trance, I think, maybe, or I just feel connected to everything and everyone. And that for me was a completely mind-blowing experience.
Yeah, Jimmy, I won't be wrong if I said that the first time you entered Samadhi, you were not as very ardent Baba lover. Am I right? You
Yes.
just entered, right?
Yes.
Then what made you ask that make me an instrument of you?
I don't know. I don't know, Jimmy. I don't know where it came from. I honestly don't know. It just came from within. I'd never rehearsed it, planned it, thought it before. I just could not think of anything but that. And so it just came out.
You know, normally this is said by someone who's been with Baba for very long and he wants to now dedicate his life to Baba, be an instrument. But you were not even a Baba lover.
I know. And I did not know of any of these things that you just spoke of. I did not know any of these things. I did not know what being an instrument even really meant. It was just something that I felt I must ask for, something that came from very deep in me. And was the only thing that I could think of that I wanted at that moment. I didn't want wealth, I didn't want peace, I didn't want anything.
So your very first wish was fulfilled. You have become an instrument, isn't it? Your very first wish is fulfilled.
I don't know, I can't judge myself on these things.
No, I can endorse that.
Yeah.
He has his own unique ways of doing things.
Through my life, I've had experiences which have all focused on making me realize very deeply the meaning, the wisdom, the energy of love. Something which I would scoff at, laugh at, became a very serious subject for me. And it's all started out with my accident in 1975, where for some reason I had two severe, almost fatal automobile accidents on the same day. And I was made to survive them both, whereas 3 others in my car were killed in the first accident itself. One of whom was my brother, my younger brother. And I was not allowed, they were not allowed in the hospital, the doctors, the nurses, the ward boys, my parents were not allowed to tell me about my brother not having survived the accident, my brother having been killed in the accident. They were not allowed to tell me. Instead, they would fool me by telling me which room number he was in and what was wrong with him. Then one day, I think about 6 months later, my parents, most of them, came into my room from the left side, held my hand, long faces, told me that my brother had not made it. For that moment, I went completely blank. And in the next moment, a terrific rage filled my body, rage of anger from head to toe. And I asked God, why? Why have you done this to me? We are a very, very God-fearing Parsi family. We were actually on our way to the artist Beraman Gurdwara on the same road that Cyrus Mistry was on returning from. Why have you done this to me? And that too when I was on my way to the fire temple, to the artist Bera. And I got no answer. And so I started swearing every curse word I knew, as loudly as I could, shouting at the top of my voice, you bastard, you motherfucker, etc. All of it at the top of my voice, cursing God. All the Catholic nurses in the ward were very shocked. They must have contacted my college where I was studying, St. Xavier's College. The head of the psychology department was a Spanish priest called Father Filela. Soon the door opened to my room, and there was standing Father Filela, Jesuit priest, in his white robes. I thought I would shout louder. You think you by sending me a priest that I will get scared of you or I will get intimidated? I'll shout and curse louder and curse more, thinking that the priest would run away or would come across to me and try and convince me not to commit blasphemy. But he did neither of those two things. You know what he did? He came very gently across to my bed and held my hand in complete silence. In complete silence. This was my first exposure to this kind of power of silence. In complete silence. And in that silence, his love cut through my rage like a hot knife cutting through butter. And suddenly I realized his unconditional love so powerfully that I started crying and I stopped cursing. And from that moment, my whole attitude towards God changed again. So I've had like this many experiences of love. So what can I say? I can only explain it to you. To you, it'll be a theory or a concept. To me, it was a direct experience. Jai.
Anybody wants to ask any more questions? Mr. Khan?
No, no more.
Okay.
Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you for opening up. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Jimmy, thanks a lot for sharing this with us.
Thank you, Sam.
It has, well, this may not be a proper phrase, but all I'm trying to say is it has brought us to our senses as to the gravity and the power of Meher Baba's love.
Yes.
That's what I feel.
If there's any advice that I would like to give you in my limited capacity, I would only like to say, do not take anything in your life for granted. Everything has a value that lies beyond anything that you can understand at this moment. And the most important of all energies, of all values, is that of love. Love is the most important thing in the world and has become that way for me. So I love you all dearly. That's all I can say. Thank you.
Thank you, Jimmy. Thanks a lot. Okay, Mr. Khan, all yours.
Yeah. Jai Baba, everyone. Today my subject is Amartithi. I am one of those who is still around, who has been visiting Meherabad since the next day that Baba dropped his body. That is the 1st February 1969. But we won't talk about that today because the subject is Amartithi. So let's stick to Amartithi. What I'm trying to make is, I have been visiting Amartithi from the very, very first Amartithi. That's what I'm trying to talk about. I do not have any spatial recollection of the very first Amartithi, but let me first talk about the one that ended yesterday, then we go back in history. I've not been keeping well for a while, so I had no option but to skip the 54th Amartithi, which ended yesterday. But I was glued to the YouTube right from the 30th noon, the first arti, that Gujarati arti that was performed, almost through the program for 3 days till the first, which was yesterday, and the program ended at 2:30 in the afternoon. One of the things that I want to talk about is the new chairman, Falu Faramrose Mistry, who's the latest chairman. On the first day, he gave a welcome speech. And on the last day, that is yesterday afternoon, he gave a thank you speech, and he said that everything went well, thanks to the volunteers, etc., etc. What impressed me the most was that Falu is a very soft guy. He's not an orator. On the contrary, he's an introvert. He doesn't talk much. But what truly impressed me, what carried the day or days, was both his speeches, the first day and the last day. They were crafted so well. The choice of words was so beautiful. I couldn't have written this speech myself. I've been writing for the last 50 years, but what carried the day was the emotions that he poured into the first day and the third day. I salute Falu. I salute Falu for expressing his thoughts so beautifully. The best part of Amartithi is always 12 to 12:15, the silence time. And the second best part is Babaful. I listened to Baba who I don't know how many times to date I've listened to Baba who maybe 100 times by different singers. So that's the crescendo. Beyond the silence time, Baba who is the crescendo. It really carries you through. And I love that. I love that song. So basically that's that for the last Amartithi. Now I come to the history part, the first Amartithi. Now, please, you'll have to excuse me because from time to time, I'll have to go through my points because I would prefer to go in a certain order. And I don't want to jump order here and there. So please excuse me, I'll be going through the notes by and by. So let's talk about the very first time. I don't recollect the first Amartithi, as I said, but in the earlier days, the Amartithi program was conducted from Sabha Mandap. Now, some of you may not register what is Sabha Mandap. The stage next to Samadhi,
It is getting later.
the stage next to Samadhi is Sabha Mandap.
You're muted, Jimmy.
Oh, okay. So Sabha Mandap is where the program would be held. And the Women Monthly would come and Women Monthly would sit on one side. All the programs would be held on the mandap. Now it so happened over the years was that here is Samadhi, next to is Baba's cabin, next to is Sabha Mandap. So it got so crowded that it became very difficult to manage all the three areas, and hence the new area which has come up and which made everything very comfortable, absolutely very comfortable. So after a few years, this facility was made and it was moved over there. Now, in the early days, let's talk about our travels and our stay, etc. I think, I'm not too sure, but I think maybe we traveled by the night train. We would reach and we would stay in the mandaps. I don't know if there are mandaps still. Maybe there are, because a lot of facilities have come up now. But we would be housed in mandaps, tents, and we have to carry our own beddings. I don't really think that they provided mattresses. In the earlier years, there were no mattresses. We had to carry our own beddings, bedrolls, whatever you call it, and we have to go there. And for those who have seen mandaps, those who have not seen mandaps, 1 foot from the ground, it will be open. And 1 foot, I'm talking about the sides, and 1 foot from the top would be open, obviously for ventilation purpose, because roughly 200 to 300 people would be sleeping in one mandap. So I presume for ventilation. And in those days, it was so bitterly cold that, and I have sleeping disorder. I have problems with sleep. And because of this cold, I would sneeze and my nose would get blocked and I would shiver. Almost the whole night I would shiver and I would fall sick. And every time went back home, 3 to 4 days, I would be homebound. I would not go to office. And one day mom said, Jimmy, I think you better not go for Amartithi. You can't take it. You can't take this school. I think you stop going. And I stopped going for 3 to 4 years. I didn't go. That was an unfortunate part for me. Very sad, but that is it. One year, I forgot my bedding. It's difficult to comprehend that a grown-up man goes for Amartithi with only clothes. I don't know how it happened. I just forgot my bedroll, just forgot. And after I landed that, I realized that I have got it. So I go to gym mystery Rhoda and Jim Mystery. They were more senior to me, of course, but they were dear friends to us. So I went to Jim and I said, Jimmy uncle, I've done a very stupid thing. I need your help. And he said, Bol dikra bol. And I told him, and whatever he could gather from his home, he was staying at Lower Mehrabad. He made a bedroll for me. He gave me the bedroll. And that is how I spent my 2 nights over there. Now, in those days, after a
Sorry,
few years,
Jimmy, sorry to interrupt. May I just tell all the viewers that Jimmy Mystery is the father of Param Rose Mystery, the present chairman.
the present chairman,
Go
correct.
ahead.
That's right. Yeah, and at night, they would lit up a fire, and I would spend half of my night standing or sitting in front of the fire with my arms stretched, trying to get warmth. So half the nights would go sitting in front of the fire. So that's how it went. Now, over the years, the Pilgrim Center opened, and people were staying in Pilgrim Center. There were 56 beds, 28 for women, 28 for men. But the irony was that during Amartithi, Pilgrim Center would be locked. I mean it. The Pilgrim Center, that's the only facility available, would be locked. And the reason, as I see it, was that Alan was running a canteen outside, a larger, yet he had leased a larger tent, and he would be running his canteen for the better of much larger audience, much larger crowd. And because of that, the PC would be closed. And it so happened one day. Yeah. And I didn't understand this. I didn't understand this absurdity. I can use harsher words, but I refrain just saying absurdity. So I wrote to the trustees that don't give even a cup of tea to elders, to seniors, but the beds are going vacant. Let them stay there. Let them stay there. They will manage their tea, breakfast, lunch, dinner outside. At least let them sleep in comfort. You're wasting 56 beds when it is so important for seniors, and because of that, they are not coming. And my letter was disregarded, disrespected, and the PC remained closed. I was not surprised. The PC remained closed, and the Amartithi came up. Now, if you recollect, for those who have been visiting Amartithi, the lines would go right up to Lower Mehrabad. Through the hill, down the hill, it would go down. Now, at the center, we had an honorary treasurer called Zal Govewala, a very senior man, maybe in his late 70s. He alone traveled the whole night. He came early morning to Ahmednagar. He must have traveled by rickshaw or by Ghodagari, right from the railway station to Lower Mehrabad. And straight away he stood in the queue. Now imagine this old man spending this whole night in the train, taking a rickshaw or a Ghodagari in this chilly winter morning, and then standing straight in the queue. And the obvious happened. In no time, he fell and he was gone. He was unconscious. And you know the normal reaction, Babaji gir gaya, Babaji gir gaya, Babaji gir gaya. And there was this commotion, and poor guy was lifted by the volunteers, and he was taken to the medical unit. And naturally, the trustees came to know about this, that poor Zalbhai Govewala had fallen down, he fainted, blah, blah, blah. And the next year onwards, I'm happy to say, the pilgrim doors opened. Yes, they didn't give tea, coffee, breakfast, lunch, dinner, fine, perfect. But 56 seniors had the grace, had the blessings of staying in Pilgrim Center. This is it. This is it. So gracefully, and Baba's grace, the Pilgrim Center opened. And now coming to pilgrimage, I told you earlier, it was my mama who said that, Jimmy, please stop going. You can't take it. Every year you're falling sick. Now let's take the flip side, the reverse side. My mom was highly evolved soul. We will not go into it. But once she told me that, Jimmy, Baba's grace falls on thousands who are seated on the hill. And she could see that. She could see that. Therefore, she told me that these 15 minutes of silence, 12 to 12:15, Baba opens the floodgate of his grace, his blessings, whatever language you want to use. And that is when the samadhi and the area around it gets flooded with Baba's love. And what she told me was, and she must have seen this, that from the heavens, some gold filings of whatever you call it falls, and it descends on thousands of Baba lovers who are seated in silence during this 15 minutes. So, well, I'm what I am. My mother was what she was. So the next Amartithi, I was seated where we all sit, facing Samadhi. And it was all crowded. And I'm talking to Baba, and I said, Baba, mane to kai batao. My mother and I have zillions of miles difference spiritually. And therefore she could see. So I said, Baba, mane to kai batao. Give me a glimpse. So I was seated, and I had jeans, suede jeans. You know what are suede? What is suede? Suede jeans. I was wearing corduroy jeans. And I was cross-legged, and I was seated. And a golden retriever came and slept on my right thigh. From where he came, a dog came and slept on my right thigh. The full 15 minutes, he very comfortably slept. And naturally, I was happy he was resting on my thigh. And I had my eyes shut, and I was with Baba. And after 15 minutes, suddenly, there was a large shout, Aukar Mehr Baba ki jai, Aukar Mehr Baba ki jai. And this dog got so frightened, or whatever you may say, that it jumped up and ran away. As he ran away, I'm looking at my jeans, and the whole of my thigh was filled with the hair, this golden thread-like hair, which my mother had referred to. My whole right thigh was filled with that orangey red golden hair. So Baba has his own ways. He has his own charm. I didn't see it falling from the sky, but in his own way, Baba showed that this is what your mom meant. And I thank Baba for that. So this is the flip side of going and not going for Amartithi. This is the right moment to say that I would plead with anyone and everyone, if you can go to Merava during Amartithi, don't waste it. Don't wait for next year. The money never comes. The money never comes. If you can go now, if you can go this year, go this year. Now this year is dead and gone, sorry, but make it a point not to waste 1 year of your life, because next year never comes. So just a thought that I will express to you. Now, coming to the pilgrim retreat. Now I come to pilgrim retreat. Much later, from 2006, pilgrim retreat started. And all of you know that I carry people to Mehrabad, and I organized the trip. I am in liaison with the booking office at MPR. And very, very quickly, 200 beds get filled up. And Pat told me that, Jimmy, no more requests. We have a waiting list. Don't send any further requests, and don't encourage people to write to us. And I rang up Jal. Dastur, and I said, Jal, I plead with you, I plead with the trustees. All I want is mattresses in each room, in a few rooms in each room. We want no facility from you. We want no obligation from you. Just please give us mattresses in each room. We will not complain. We will not complain. Just give us mattress. No chaddars, no pillows. Just give us mattress. And I'll be very grateful, because people are pleading with me. They're telling me, Jimmy, use your good influence. Jimmy, use your good office. I have no influence with MPR. MPR mara baap nu nathi. And if people there are very cut and dry. They tell me very openly, Jimmy, mind your own business. Let us mind our own business. And I respect that. And I respect that because they follow their rules. If the rule says number one on waiting list will get number one, so be it. There are so many people who say, Jimmy, I'm not coming. Let my sister come. Tell them that instead of me, my sister will come. And I have explained to them that MPR does not belong to me. MPR mara baap nu nathi. They have certain rules, and I respect the rules. Your sister will be last on the list. And maybe they may not even entertain her request because MPR is full. So coming back, I rang up Jal and I told Jal, please, why can't you give us mattresses? And it hurts me to tell you, I'm ashamed to tell you, that as I'm talking to Jal, I hear a voice from behind saying, NNAK, it will become a precedence. I hear this voice very clearly. Even today it rings in my ear. And I'm so ashamed to tell you that there is a guy who is trying his very best to get more people in MPR. And there's a trustee at the back who is telling Jimmy Nake, it will become precedent. It hurts me. I'm sorry. It hurt me so much. It hurts me so much that the trustee is saying, Kenanaki. But Jal being Jal said, Jimmy, to एक letter like trustees होने ने मैंने post कर. So I'm world champion at writing letters. So I wrote a letter and I posted to Jal, begging for mattresses and nothing else. And I posted the letter, and Jal read it out, rings me up after 4 or 5 days, maybe 6 days after a week. And I'm in my office. It was around noon.
And Jal tells me, Jimmy, congratulations. Your letter was read out at the trustees meeting. I read out your letter, and the trustees have agreed to put extra bed in each room. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Jai Baba. Jai Baba. So from the next Amartithi onwards, there have been extra beds. I'm using the word Amartithi. I'll come. From next Amartithi onwards, in each and every room, there are extra beds, including the single room. I repeat, including the single room. Then naturally the progression takes place. From Amartithi, it jumped to silence. From silence, it jumped to Diwali. From Diwali, it jumped to Christmas, New Year. So I'm happy to say that extra beds are now put in MPR during times when needed. And now I'm happy to say that beds are put in Hostel A. Hostel A is nothing but the auditorium. And I'm also happy to say that last time extra beds were also put in PC Dining Hall. PC is the Pilgrim Center. The Pilgrim Center Dining Hall, now they started keeping beds there. Forget ABCD hostels. I'm talking about the Pilgrim Center. There also they keep extra beds. So let me please go to my notes. I'm sure I'm missing a few points. I got 10 minutes to go. Yeah, during the early Amartithi, sorry, the women monthly from let's say from 11:15, the women monthly would come from where they were staying at the water tower. They would come and the line would be stopped. And the women monthly and the other women, they would go inside, they would close the door, and they would be inside for 15, 20 minutes. And then the silence would start. So again, the Samadhi is closed for another 15, 20 minutes. So for almost an hour, the line would stop. So that's just in passing. It's just in passing. Yes. And in early days, there were no token system. With the result, the line would go right till the end, bottom. A few years ago, the token system started, and it's a very good idea. Whoever's idea it is, I salute that person. I don't know if it is Ted's idea, whoever's idea, but it's a very good idea. You don't have to stand in queue for 5 hours and 6 hours. Only when your number comes, you just go and stand and you can sit for a while. So it's a good system in all. Now what Bombay Center did was, we started the bus. The bus would start from the Bombay Center. Now let's come to the Bombay Center. The bus would come to the Bombay Center. The departure time is, let's say, 6 o'clock. Now, Leamington Road is a narrow road, very narrow, small road. So one line is already taken by parked cars. Then the bus comes, the bus takes another lane. With the result, if it is a small car, it could gradually inch through. But if a tempo came or a bus came, BST bus came, it would keep honking. And the road is taken up by the bus. And I'm sorry to say, people would come at 5 minutes to 6, 3 minutes to 6, and they would say, the center would be open. Ridiculous thing, but whatever it is word, the center would be open and they would go up and then disappear. Some go to the toilet, some start doing RT, carrying list for those who are seated in the bus, carrying list. So once or twice we had to send volunteer up કે લોકો શું કરે છે? What the hell are they doing? અહીંયા બસ ઉભેલી છે. The buses are honking at the back. The traffic is jammed. What are they doing? So the volunteer would come down and say, લોકો આરતી કરે છે. Well, this is it. This is it. So then when I took over the bus, I moved from the center, the bus station from the center to Bharti Hospital, Sidna Gyari, which has a very broad road. The bus can take a U-turn and no difficulty with the traffic passing by. So that happened. Yeah, coming back to the token system, the center bus would be there. So we would take Jal's help, whatever it is, and we would take token in advance. But we would also take tokens for those who are not staying with the bus group. Who are not staying with the bus group, we would take the names and we would say, yes, give us 50 rupees, we'll take your tokens. Now, one day we were at Jal's house. It was afternoon on 30th January, and Sam was having a siesta around Sam Patel. And around noon, he gets a phone call from someone. Sam, where are you? Sam, where are you? We are near the BE hostel. Where are you? We want the tokens from you. So Sam had to get up from Jal's house. He had to walk to BE hostel to hand over the tokens to them. It was a very silly idea, very silly idea. Now, out of these thousands, where would you go and find the people who were ringing up saying, where are Sam? Where are you? Sam, where are you? We are waiting. We want a token. What is our token number? Where are you? So we took a conscious decision that now onwards, only those who are with us in the bus will take your tokens. For the rest, sorry, mind your own business. Get it from B hostel. There's a cabin near B hostel where they give tokens. Please take it from there. So that was some redemption for the trustees, for Sam, myself, Bernos. It was not a good idea to begin with. So then we started staying at MBR. So the tokens for MPR is given by MPR itself. So that solves our problem. And tokens for those who stay outside, please get your own tokens. And that is how things are going fine. So give me a minute, please. Yeah, as we stayed in the tents, the toilets were outside, the bathrooms were outside. So we had to carry our towels and our clothes if you wanted to have a bath. And we had to carry hot water from the pit, hot water pit, into the bathroom and bring the empty bucket back. And we had to use the toilets outside. Well, people are still doing it. People are still doing it. So that was the part. Even to brush our teeth, we had to stand at the trough and sit down, crouch, and brush our teeth. They were the days. They were the days. Yeah. We were at Jal and Dolly's house. This is Amartithi time. And you know that during Amartithi time, there are cashiers at MPR, 2 cashiers at MPR collecting monies, and the cash is big. The cash is big. So one cashier comes to Jal's house, he's almost crying, and he's telling Jal, we are all seated there, all of us are seated there. And he's almost crying, he's on break. Poor guy, lower middle class local guy. And he's almost crying and he's telling Jal, mera sab paisa gir gaya, mera paisa gum gaya. Jal, please, मैं क्या करूं, मैं मार जाएगा. So Jal said, शांति रखो, शांति, बाबा का नाम दो, रो मत, रो मत, बाबा का नाम दो। कितना पैसा था, कितना पैसा था? So he said 70,000 होगा, 60-70,000 होगा, 60 to 70,000 rupees. Now, this is big money for a lower middle class guy who is weeping away. He said, जाल में मर जाएगा, जाल में मर जाएगा, मैं कहाँ से पैसा लाएगा? So जाल said, बाबा का नाम दे, रो मत, रो मत, कुछ भी करेगा, रो मत. So I pleaded with Baba. I said, बाबा मानस मरी जैसे, बाबा गरीब मानस मरी जैसे, कहीं भी करो, बाबा हेल्प हिम, बाबा मानस मरी जैसे, बेचारो गरीब मानस, रस के इन्हें छोड़ से नहीं, 70,000 रुपया तो एनी सैलरी मत ले से, बाबा कहीं भी करो. So Jal is asking him कि पैसा कहाँ से गिर गया? So he is showing his pouch. That, I mean, very irresponsible of him. He's showing his pouch. Either he had not zipped his pouch properly. I think there was a tear in his pouch. There was a tear in his pouch, and the whole lot of money fell off from the pouch. Somewhere, it fell off. So he had his pouch empty without money. By his grace, by Baba's grace, the money was found. The same night, next night, third night, I don't know. But the whole lot of money was found. I don't know how this man must have prayed to Baba, thanking him, how much I prayed to Baba for saving him. He does it all the time. He does it all the time. He never disappoints. He never disappoints. Yeah. I'm talking about many years ago, a group of ladies, the women, I told you, the women Mandli would come there at Upper Mehrabad from Merazar, and thereafter they would go to Merazar again. And I think they went to a group of ladies. When I say ladies, I mean Dehatis from Hamirpur, Andhra, wherever they were. And I think they went to Merazad after Amartithi was over, and they were crying away. They were bitterly crying to this women Mandli. What had happened was a child was kidnapped. All sorts of people come there. Thieves come there. Children kidnappers come there. And this child was kidnapped, and it was thrown in the well. There's a well between Lower Mehrabad and Upper Mehrabad, next to the path. Everybody has seen that well. As you go up the hill or as you come down the hill, on one side is a well, and the child was found drowned in the well. This was a human sacrifice, absolutely human sacrifice. And this time, as I was watching the live program on YouTube, at least 20 to 30 times, the MC announced, take care of your belongings, take care of your money, take care of whatever. And he would also say, आपके बच्चे को संभालो, आपके बच्चे को संभालो, आपके बच्चे का ध्यान रखो, आपके बच्चे आपके साथ रखो. How many times he said कि आपके बच्चे का ध्यान रखो, बच्चा साथ में रखो, बच्चा साथ में रखो. Why would he say that? Why would he say that? Because they know this happens. People have lost their passports, they have lost their foreign exchange, they have lost their cameras. And this time someone lost his 6,000 rupees. I don't know whether he found it or not. Sam, give me 1 minute. Give me one last minute. Yeah, one last thought. Every time when we return from Amartithi, we would route the bus through Pune. In those days, there was no other way to come to Bombay or go to Mehrabad. We have to route it through. Pune. So on return, we would stop. The bus would stop at Komrani Agyari because there's a big compound. We could stop the bus there, and we would give 2 hours. We would give 2 hours time to go to Baba house, to Pageparo at Baba's house, which is close by. You can go for your lunch wherever you want. And within 2 hours, you're supposed to come back, and we would come back to Bombay. There were some people who after 2 hours did not show up. એ લોકો મીઠાઈ લેવા જાય, એ લોકો બિસ્કિટ લેવા જાય. Even after 2 hours, they would not come back. Okay, this is one of my last thoughts. Thank you, Sam. Jai Baba to everyone. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. Can I say a few minutes?
Please,
Please,
don't
please.
ask me, ask Sam.
Yeah, go ahead. Kundaji, go ahead.
Jimmy also may be remembering about the water rains came one Amartithi.
Oh, I forgot that.
We were in the pendal down and we were at the Samadhi. And there was a downpour badly. And our all luggage and all were shifted in the hospital area. So our everything belongings were there, safely kept. And then we were in the veranda of the hospital, slept there for the 2 nights. You remember that?
I absolutely, sorry, I forgot to write down. I forgot to write down
So,
that point.
so you can enlighten that more.
No, now time is up. Even the gadlas,
All were wet.
even the gadlas were soaking.
Yeah, I remember. And there was no rains in the Samadhi, but whole pandal was pouring like madly. And the volunteers, they shifted all our luggage. And when we came down, we saw, oh, there is no tent, no belongings that we found in the hospital campus.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I remember that. Which year, I don't know, but I was there.
Absolutely.
That Amartithi.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And yes, I remember. And Sam, give me one more minute.
Yes.
Jai Baba.
There were casualties also during Amartithi. Farooq Irani fell down during Amartithi. He broke his femur and it was impossible. He was a hefty guy. Who guy is no more. It was a hefty guy and he would scream his lungs out. People were trying to put him in a car and he would try to, and people didn't know how to move. So Hilla Sukhadwala just walked in. She's a doctor. And I said, everyone, please step aside. Just step aside. She's a doctor. Let her mind her own business. Please step aside. She's a doctor. She will guide you how to lift him. So bottom line is he was put in the ambulance, sorry. Our trust ambulance. And poor Parvez Valodwala, this was night time. He sat in the ambulance. He said, I will go with him and the rest is history. Our Rohinton mystery, he collapsed near the Samadhi. He was shifted to one of the hospitals in Ahmednagar. So a couple of people have died during Amartithi, bless them. So these are part and parcel of Amartithi life. Thank you, Sam. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. What can I say? What can I say? These memories are so deeply embedded in our minds and hearts. And all that we can take from this is Baba's care and concern and love for all of us. in one of his Madhusudan's bhajans, he said, "Hare kadam par teri nazar hai." No, in Parvardigar prayer, which Namdev Sholapure used to recite very nicely. हर एक कदम पर तेरी नजर है, सारे दिलों की तुझको खबर है. That is what exactly is with all of us who are connected to him. So God bless all of you. I'm sorry I have to run away. Janice or someone will do the Buzavenar Aarti and then we'll conclude the program. Janice, are you there? Yes.
Am I audible? Uncle, because you expressed your wish to show the prayers of the Samadhi,
I'm sorry?
I can connect the YouTube where we can see the prayers of the Samadhi. We can do the connect on the YouTube here.
Yeah, but before you do that, I would like you to remind you to make your announcement about the youth savas. Do you want to do that, or you want to not spend
I
time
can
on the Samadhi thing?
I can just quickly say that
Okay,
Young
folks,
Adult Sevas is coming up in
Yeah. I'll sign off now and
yes.
Jai Mein Baba to all of you.
So Young Adult Sevas is now International Hyderabad Young Adult Sevas
So I've finished.
coming up starting on the 4th of June
Yeah.
till the 10th of
Please learn
June.
something.
So at this time we'll be having it at MPR. The registrations will be starting the 15th of March for this year. So I will keep sharing this information with you a little more in detail. For now, I'm trying to connect the live telecast we see from Hyderabad of our prayers and RC. I'll just try if this plays. This is the first one. Jimmy uncle, if you can't hear or any issues, please let me know.
No, we can hear. We can hear.
No, uncle, when I connect the YouTube.
I will tell you.
Yeah.
But RT will be over by now.
So I had paused it there. Or if you want, I can just do the RT and we can.
No, you go ahead with YouTube, but what I'm saying is RT must be over by now.
So I had paused at 7 p.m. there and it will start from the 7 p.m. So we can do
Okay,
the
good.
prayers.
Try.
Yes.
Go ahead, try. Try.
Time for prayers. committed by us, and to forgive us for our constant failures to think and speak and act according to your will. Beloved God, help us all to love you more and more, and more and more, and still yet more, till we become worthy of union with you. And help us all to hold fast Baba's naam till the very end. Avtar Meher Baba ki jai. Mana sustains. These 5 lakhs are the whirling spokes of bread of the world's wheel that bears me on today. Unless you who are infinitely kind break the wheels of which is conditioned mind. This incense is my love, these fruits my heart. Wish to please you, I have shed from my heart. Accept them as you would a simple flower that has no use beyond its shining art. You are myself, I sing to you in praise, and beg your love to bear me through the days, till you, the ever-living perfect one, illumine my darkness with your shining sun. Avtar Meher Baba ki jai, Avtar Meher Baba ki jai, Avtar Meher Baba ki jai.
Jai Baba everyone. Thank you for joining us. See you all next week. Till then, stay safe. Take care. Baba Nidhi. Avtar Meher Baba. Avtar Meher Baba. Avtar Meher Baba.